What's going on, guys? I'm the Ecom boss, and in today's video I'm coming at you guys with an updated version on why you're never finding winning products. And yes, I made a similar video on this in the past, but what I'm going to go over in this video is the new updated version, because I'm getting more experienced every single day, and I want to tell you guys exactly why you're not finding winning products, because I have so many reasons. I'm going to go into my computer, I'm going to open up a document for you guys to take a look in. It's going to be really cool. So that's with a free 30-minute consulting call giveaway winner is not on B. You can message me. My Instagram will be here. Guys, I also have one spot left in the coaching now. If you're interested about that, you shoot me a message on Instagram. Without further ado, get straight into the video. I appreciate all of you guys for hitting a lot of subscribers now. It's awesome. So let's just get straight into why you're not finding winning products. Yo, what do you guys think of my guitar? That one, I got it recently. It's a Gibson Les Paul. It's so cool. Okay guys, so we are in my computer, and in today's video I decided to remake an old video of mine because I was looking at my first videos on this YouTube channel and they were so incredibly bad, like they were trash. Obviously I knew what I was talking about, that still did good with dropshipping, but the videos were so insanely bad, so I decided let's just remake one of my most popular videos, because this video, you gotta stick till the end guys, because then maybe if you stick it till the end, like, comment, subscribe, you might be the next one I'll take the store to 10k to, right? So stick until the end, it's gonna be really valuable. We're gonna get straight into the presentation here in a second, but first of all, you'll ask where have I been, and I have had a lot of stuff going on that is seriously in the personal life that I had to take care of before the business. So this wasn't important at that moment. Seriously, I had other stuff to get done, but I'm back now with daily uploads, all that stuff. So let's get straight into the presentation. So the first section is Facebook ads, the second section is gonna be what's wrong on your store, and the third one is the shortcuts you can take, and I'm also gonna show you guys an example when it comes to Christmas and selling seasonal. On the Facebook ads, the first one is thinking outside the box will actually hurt you. What I mean with that is like, you think you have the ideal customer, you think you know your customer, that like this type of audience is interested in this and that and skateboarding and boxing at the same time, and their common age is 18 and they have iPhone 10. Like, you think outside the box, you think you know your customer, but honestly you obviously don't at all. So if you think too much outside the box, a little bit is okay. When you choose like one interest, you kind of stuck, you don't have more interest to choose, then think outside the box for the last one. But don't think outside the box normally all the time, because it really will hurt you guys in the end, so don't do that. So the next one is mixing strategies. This one is so important. It's probably the most important one on this section of the presentation, because mixing strategies will screw you over. Because if you work with my strategy, let's just say you're in my coaching, I coach you, and then you work with Hayden Bowell's strategy while you're being coached by me on the Facebook ads, obviously you will get screwed, because you'll make decisions that he makes that I will not make. And if you make strategies, that's just a beginner loop, guys. It's not gonna work. That's all I have to say on this one. Just don't make strategies. It's just like the worst thing you can ever do. And when it comes to saturation test, what I mean here is testing products that's saturated. And you might be saying like, man, that product is proven to work. Yeah, it might be proven to work, but for some people you're probably not going to stand a chance. Anyways, if you are running saturated products, you got to think of the interest. If you're running a construction product, that means all your competitors most likely use the interest construction or use the interest construction worker, which means if you're going to hit big on a saturated product, you have to use interest other people are not using, because Facebook already favors them in that interest, right? So running saturated products, you have to use uncommon interest that nobody else is using, which makes it really hard, because still the ROAS will drop a little bit when it's saturated, unless you reinvent the wheel. That's always what works. Next one is PPE and LLA, and what I mean by this one is like, it's so bad you guys don't even know. First of all, I'm talking about the beginner strategy, which everyone probably heard in Facebook groups. This is the beginner strategy, doing PPE and then retargeting with LLA. That's all I really have to say with it. But all these weird strategies like, I'm gonna do page posts, I'm gonna do engagement, and I'm gonna retarget them and set up lookalikes to find out the customer. No, lookalikes you run after 100 sales, purchase lookalikes you run after 500 sales. You don't do that strategy. You aim for conversion straight away, because you're not gonna find a winner with that way. It's so weird. Landing page, where? Okay, so what I mean by this one is, where is your landing page? If you send your customer straight to the homepage, which I did on my first watch store, which I rented $50 from my dad, like you guys know, I sent the customer to the front page of the store, the homepage, which is clearly wrong. When you advertise a product, I advertise the whole store, I have no idea why, but when you advertise a product, you have to send the customer straight to the product page, because that's the only thing that works. Because your customer don't care about your homepage. They don't check your refund policy, they don't check your shipping policy, they don't even check your homepage. 1 in 1,000 probably checks your homepage. So the thing is here, the customers only care about the product page. On the product page, they will decide if they're going to buy or not, depending on if you have a good description, or maybe they just don't want to buy, or they want to buy. But anyways, your product description, your product page is key here. So make sure you send them straight to the product page where the product is, because if not, you will not make a lot of sales. You will need multiple ad copies. And I have a story in that. With Eric's store, 0 to 10K, where we were running, you guys have definitely seen the series. If you haven't, go down in the description. I'll link one of the episodes there. I took a subscriber store from 0 to 10K. By the way, the video will be dropped tomorrow. I'm not even kidding you. But anyways, a story from the 0 to 10K with ad subscribers. So we tested with 2 pictures, and yes, pictures do work. We tested with 2 pictures, and one of the pictures generated every sale, and the other one generated 0 sales. So one picture generated 250 sales, and the other one didn't generate anything. So if me and Eric were to test with only one picture, because the one that made sales were the last picture we tested, if we were to only test with one picture, that product would not have been a winner. So you have to test with multiple ad copies, because all the sales come from one picture and not from the other one in that case, which means if we did not test with that one, we wouldn't have a winner. So always, that's the moral of the story, guys. Always test with multiple ad copies. Let's just say like 2 to 4 pictures, maybe a video if you have one, but picture work perfectly fine. Just always test with multiple ad copies, or you lose out on so many winners. I can only imagine how many winners I lost out on when I started and only tested with one. And Facebook only shows 30 suggestions. That's the next one down here. And the thing I mean by that is when you click suggestions on an interest, Facebook will only show you 30 that's related, which means you'll miss out on a lot of good interest. What you have to do, because they only show you 30 suggestions, you have to type in keywords. You know, if we were into construction, you can start typing in like carpentry or something, because that might not be the suggestions, right? Or just type in word that's not in the suggestions. So if you're advertising an iPhone product, Mac would probably not be in the 30 suggestions, but that would be a good interest to target that you wouldn't know if you only work with the suggestions. So type in keywords so we get better suggestions and also better interests. Next section is problems on your store. You're desperate. I'm going to tell you guys a little story about a girl. This was actually the second person I ever coached in my whole life, way before YouTube. I was still pretty okay with dropshipping, but this was way before YouTube. So she wanted to dropship, and she always said she was desperate. So what I figured out after this situation is that for me, coaching, you know, is sort of a business as well for me. Not that I make a lot of money, but it is a business to a certain degree. You gotta call it a business, right? So what I learned by that is I will not work with desperate people. And what was the case with her was she always told me she's desperate, all that stuff. I was running her ads, teaching her everything, and she was desperate. So the reason I figured out later, the reason she started dropshipping was because she were having a baby in 3 months. And now all of you guys watching are probably gonna be like, oh. But that's honestly the truth. She started dropshipping because she was going to have a baby in 3 months. So she was desperate. And if you're desperate, it's not going to work. If you're going to start a business because you've always been curious about how do I make money online, making money online, all that stuff. It's so cool. That's why you should start a business, not because you're having a baby or being desperate. Bad descriptions and how they should look. You can't have a bad description. A good description works with paragraph and a picture, paragraph and a picture, paragraph and a picture, and you repeat that cycle. So in the first paragraph, you probably introduce it, and then there's a picture, and then comes the paragraph with all the features, and then comes the picture, and then comes probably a paragraph with warnings or whatever, and then picture, and then a paragraph with the shipping, for example. That's a perfect one, right? And the next one is that the product is used up. You guys already know what I mean, big ass saturation, and that you're also forcing a margin, which is never going to work. Forcing a margin is the most stupid thing you can do, because if you buy a product for $20, does not mean you always can sell it for $40. If you buy a product for $1, it's probably a trash product. You most likely can't sell that for $20. So don't force a margin that's not there. Then just rather find another product. Distractions, spinning wheel, pop-ups. That's the next one. Every pop-up. Someone in New Orleans just bought this. Someone in New York is currently buying this product. Like all of that stuff. Pop-ups, no one believes in that. The spinning wheel, spin the wheel to get 50% off. Type in your email to do that. You're distracting the customer. That's the whole point. You cannot distract your customer because they already doubt you. You can't keep in mind, you're stranger's page. Nobody knows your store. So they click on your ad and they already might doubt you a little bit. So if you're going to come with spinning wheels and all that scammy stuff, they definitely want to understand you at all or trust you. Content in the description, all of that stuff. You got to make sure you choose high quality pictures and actually good pictures that shows what the product is using. And GIFs are also really, really good. They are good. And then it comes to having no reviews on your store. You gotta have reviews. Nobody believes in you. It's not like, oh, I'm not gonna have reviews because my store is so branded. No, nobody believes in you. You have to have reviews. And the wrong reviews, what I mean by that is only having 5 stars reviews, for example. That's way too good to be true. You gotta have 4 stars and up, and maybe even 3 stars and up. Because if you only have 5 stars up, that's too good to be true. Nobody believes in a business that only has 5 stars, right? So do like 4 stars and up, and also make sure you have a lot of pictures, but also don't do picture only. You gotta do some pictures and some normal ones. Okay guys, so we're back. My PC just shut off. I have no idea why. But here we're coming with the shortcuts to success. And I have a couple of really important things here. I'm gonna show you guys an example. It feels like I'm on an exam because I'm taking notes for myself in this PowerPoint as well. But I'm gonna show you guys a quick example as well later on here. But the first way to cut down the learning curve and also save yourself a lot of money is to learn from other failures and have a mentor. If you not have a mentor, I don't believe it's really going to work. But you could do your best in learning from other people's failure, which is, you know, that's the key. You know, if you learn from other people's failures, save yourself a shit ton of money, because other people will be making the failures you probably are about to make as well. And also Google before you launch, and use Google Trends if you're selling a seasonal product. Honestly, there's no more shortcuts, there's no golden formula. You just have to test buds over and over again until you find that winner that pop off. But developing the skill of product research and finding powerful winning products is kind of hard, and I'm going to show you guys an example that you definitely should take into consideration when you're trying to run a product, and especially if you're running a seasonal product. So here we are, guys. This one I've showed you guys before, but this is so interesting because this is the smartwatch on Google Trends. How many people searching it? I don't know exactly how the Google Trend works, but this is a smartwatch. So what you can see by them is they pop off on Christmas. You don't sell them here, and then Christmas comes, and you don't sell them here, and then Christmas comes, and then Christmas comes, and this is right after Christmas, so people probably be like searching up how to use it or whatever after Christmas. But that's so interesting, which means seasonal products do work. If you're going to, for example, sell a smartwatch, do your research, figure out when it pop off. There's no point trying to sell it down here. But anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for today's video. So I hope you guys smash the like button. You have to subscribe because you don't want to miss out on the content we drop, and that you comment, that you watch all the way through the end. Any video ideas, let me know down in the description or in the comments section. I really appreciate it, guys. We're at 1.2k subs, which is awesome, and the 0 to 10k series is right around the corner. So thank you for watching, have a good one, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.